I didn't yell. I didn't threaten. I didn't even argue with my neighbor. I just changed one small habit in my morning routine. And within a week, she stopped laughing, stopped coming near my fence, and never bothered me again. Seconds. If you've ever felt disrespected in your own space, if someone crossed your boundaries and thought you were too quiet to fight back, then hit like, subscribe, and settle in, because this is one of those revenge stories where patience wins, and karma doesn't need words. I've always believed that a home is more than just walls and a roof. It's a place where you feel safe, where things grow, where you have control over at least a small corner of the world. For me, that corner was my garden. It wasn't fancy. No expensive landscaping. Just a narrow strip of soil along the fence, flowers I planted myself, herbs I used for cooking, and a few plants that had taken months of care to survive. Every morning before work, I'd spend a few minutes there. Watering. Checking leaves. Pulling weeds. It was quiet. Peaceful. Mine. That peace started disappearing the day my new neighbor moved in. She was a woman in her early 30s, always on her phone, always in a hurry. The kind of person who walked like the world should move out of her way. And she had a dog. A big one. Every morning, she'd open her back door and let the dog run loose near the fence that separated our houses. No leash. No supervision. Just freedom. At first, I didn't think much of it. Then the damage started. One morning, I noticed loose soil near my plants. Another day, a flower completely uprooted. Leaves torn. Stems snapped. I told myself it could be anything. Street dogs. Kids. Maybe even animals at night. I fixed everything. Carefully replanted. Added more soil. Took extra care. But the damage kept coming. Every single time I repaired the garden, it was ruined again within days. The worst part wasn't the mess. It was the feeling.
That slow, sinking realization that someone didn't respect something I worked hard for. Then one morning I saw it. I was watering the plants when I noticed movement near the fence. I looked up and there it was, her dog, digging aggressively, dirt flying everywhere. And behind it, my neighbor, standing there, phone in hand, laughing at something on the screen, not even looking at the dog. Something tightened in my chest. I walked over calmly and said, as politely as I could, "Hey, your dog is damaging my plants. Could you keep it away from this side?" She barely glanced at me. She shrugged, smiled, and said, "Dogs do these things." Then she laughed, just a little, like it was amusing. That laugh stayed with me all day, not because it was loud, but because it was dismissive, like my effort didn't matter, like I was overreacting, like I was powerless. Still, I tried again. I rebuilt the garden, put up a small fence, added extra barriers. I thought maybe if I made it clear enough, she'd finally step in. She didn't. The dog kept finding its way, digging, trampling, destroying, and she kept doing nothing. At some point, I stopped going over to talk to her. Not because I gave up, but because something shifted. I realized something important. She didn't think I'd do anything. And that's when I decided I wouldn't argue. I wouldn't complain. I wouldn't fight. I'd let consequences speak instead. I changed one thing. I started watering my plants very early in the morning, earlier than usual, and much more than usual. I soaked the soil near the fence, not flooding, just enough that the ground stayed soft and muddy for hours. Every morning, same routine. Quiet, calm, consistent. I didn't tell anyone. I didn't look over the fence. I just waited. A few days later, I heard shouting. Not angry shouting, panicked. I looked outside. Her dog had run to the fence again. Only this time it slipped. Straight into the mud. Covered head to tail. Brown. Vet. Smelly. The dog panicked. She panicked. She tried pulling it back, but it only spread the mess. mud on her clothes on the floor, on the walls of her house. She spent the entire morning cleaning. The next day, I watered again. And the day after that. It happened again. And again. Each time, the dog came back dirtier. Each time, she got more frustrated. Each time, the cleanup took longer. She never said a word to me, but she stopped laughing. Eventually, she stopped bringing the dog near my side at all. Weeks passed. My plants started thriving again. Flowers blooming. Soil intact. Peace restored. And my neighbor? She avoids the fence now. Keeps the dog on the opposite side. Tight leash. Careful steps. We've never spoken about it. I never confronted her again. She never mocked me again. The best part wasn't watching her struggle with the mess. It was the quiet realization that I didn't have to raise my voice. Didn't have to prove anything. Didn't have to win an argument. I just protected what was mine and let karma do the dirty work. Sometimes revenge isn't loud. Sometimes it doesn't look like confrontation or drama. Sometimes it's just patience, boundaries, and letting people experience the results of their own choices. If this story satisfied your sense of justice, hit that like button. Tell us in the comments. Have you ever gotten revenge without saying a word? And don't forget to subscribe for more real-life stories where karma always finds its way.